Hello and welcome back to my nail corner. This is now 2 videos in a row, I believe, where I recorded a very lengthy voiceover, pushed the stop recording button, and my voiceover disappeared. Yes, that's right. I've done this already. So I'm going to take a deep breath and get back into this again. So bear with me, you guys. It's one of those days. It's not even a Monday. Yesterday was Monday, and it was the Mondayest of Mondays. Now it's Tuesday, and apparently I'm in for another one. But here we go. I am going to go ahead and get going with this mani, and then I'm going to give you guys a little life update. So this mani is going to start with my Revel dip base, my sensitive dip base that I love so well and keeps me from having any dip flu whatsoever. And then I am also using a Revel dip powder. This is Illuminate, and it is, I wouldn't say like, I don't call it like a stark white. It's almost like slightly milky white. And I think that is because of the glow pigment that is in it. That's right. This is a glow, which is the added pizzazz that I wanted for this mani. So I am going to let this dip process go in real time. So you can see I am using my non-dominant hand to apply dip powder to my dominant hand. I don't do that often. I don't often film my right hand, and I just wanted to switch it up because I had done my left hand with the stamp that we're going to use in a minute, well, in about 10 minutes, and I loved it so much I wanted to do the whole hand because this picture right here was my inspiration. So this was about the week before Thanksgiving. I was getting mentally prepped for the holiday, which I'll go into a little bit in a minute, but it was making me think of family, and my grandmother, when I was growing up, had dishes just like that one. And it just totally gives me the warm, fuzzy feelings. It brings back really good memories of growing up, and just those were her everyday dishes. So I wanted to do nails like that. So when Maniology reached out and saw that I had been back filming content and asked if they could send me something, I went looking for a stamping plate that had that kind of pattern, and then a blue stamping polish that I felt would like suit this look. And that's where the inspiration for this came from. So before I get into the life update stuff, I do want to mention that I now have a discount code with Revel. So it is RN Kate, so like Revel Nail, RN Kate 20, and it is 20% off anytime. And that includes during these, like right now they're doing their 12 days of Christmas, all these different promos and sales. I know they just had Black Friday. So anytime like even they're running a sale, you can use RN Kate 20 for 20% on top of whatever the discount is. It is an affiliate code. I also have a Maniology code down below that's an affiliate code. So those are 2 brands that when you purchase from them at no added expense to you, I get a small commission from those sales. And that just really helps me with producing content, buying supplies, just kind of, it's a bit of work to produce content for YouTube and that sort of thing. So it's a really nice little kickback that helps me continue to be able to do this. So anyway, those codes are listed down below, always in my discounts link. And then if I use a particular brand in a video and I have a discount code, I do list that at the top, kind of under the products that I use in the video. These are all also on my Instagram page. They're linked in my bio. So if you ever need a code, I really appreciate you using mine if you want to, but all that to say, it gets you a discount, and I know I love a discount, so use it if you want. Anyway, so Revel Nail, that's what I'm using right now. We're going to talk Maniology a little bit later when we get into stamping, but here's the little bit of life update. So it's been like 4 weeks since my last upload, which I did not intend, but the like 10 days leading up to Thanksgiving, I had myself just stressed out. We were doing homeschooling stuff. My kids do like that 1 day a week co-op. So I had parent teacher conferences also. So I have to like kind of prepare and bring in like what we're doing at home to report to the school, and then get the update from the school on how the kids are doing there. And then on top of that, I was hosting like 15 people for Thanksgiving dinner. which I do Thanksgiving dinner every year, and even like the number of people coming varies. It doesn't really change how much food you're making, right? Like you're still doing like all the turkey and all the casseroles and all the filling and all the rolls and like, sorry, I said filling. Most people call it stuffing. I grew up I don't know whether it was an East Coast thing or like the Lithuanian grandparent, I don't know, but we called it filling. Either way, it's the stuff you put in the turkey. You kind of make all the same amount of food, but somehow it was like a matter of like fitting all 15 people in for like to be seated for dinner that was stressing me out the most. And then my grandparents, my husband's grandparents live in like a care facility that's really close to us, like around the corner, and they're 93 and 94 years old. And so I always, on the holidays, I make up platters to take over to them when it's hot out of the oven so that they have a home cooked meal on the holiday. They wouldn't be as comfortable like coming here or to like our home, because just like without the staff to help them if they needed it, and they mostly get around like in their wheelchairs or with walkers. Anyway, so we always bring them a hot meal on the holidays, because I think just everybody needs to have like a hot meal, home cooked meal on the holidays. Obviously the facility also does like a holiday meal, but that's just not the same as your home, like your family recipes and things like that. So anyway, so we do that as well. So it's always a bit of juggling that last little bit, like where you're getting everything on the table hot and the turkey carved and preparing food to have like to run over to them. So I always get myself super stressed out leading up to the holiday. And then it all goes fine, and it's just a long, exhausting day of all the things and then cleaning up afterwards. But on top of that, about 3 months ago now, in the middle of September, my husband finally gave in and told me we could get a puppy. Now, my kids have begged for a puppy for years. I grew up having dogs, and my husband never had a dog for a pet growing up. So he was like, kept putting it off and saying like, when they're older, and like they kept saying like, well, when, like, so anyway, one night he finally just was like, let's just do it for Christmas. And I was like, huh? I was kind of taken back, but jumped on that. So we started researching, we found a breeder, and then the litter was born like 10 days later or so, and then we got to pick from the litter, and then of course they can't leave their mama for like 8 weeks. So our date to pick up the puppy was Black Friday. So of course all the Thanksgiving stuff, prepping, I was also in the background prepping for a puppy, but in secret, because it was a surprise for the kids. So I was like having stuff from Amazon shipped to my dad's house, and then like sneaking over there to like check and make sure everything was right, and like just hoping I had everything that I needed. And so then we told the kids that, that Pop was watching them, and we were going shopping for Christmas on Black Friday. And so we drove about 4 hours each way to meet up with the breeder to bring the puppy home. And then for the last 10 days, it has been like having a newborn. I mean, how many times a day I've been taking that dog out, I don't even know. But I'm like determined to train it well so that it's a good experience for everyone. So here I am in the Pacific Northwest in the height of rainy season, where it's like, I don't know, 40 to 45 degrees and rain, and it's just miserable. The first 5 days we had the puppy, it was sunny and gorgeous and clear, but like bitter cold. Like, I mean, it was like 25 to 35. It was cold to be like out constantly with the dog, but I would take cold any day over. Like the last 24 hours we had 2 inches of rain. My entire yard is just like saturated, sopping wet. And so you're like taking a puppy out in the pouring rain, in the muddy, gross, whatever. So he'll go to the bathroom, and then you bring him in, and then you have to like wipe all the paws and like dry him off. And it's just a lot, but he's doing really well. And we're like on the verge of just being able to open the door and have him go. Because I've been taking him to like this specific corner of the yard because I want him to just go in one area. And so today we opened the door and he went running to his corner all on his own, and I was so proud. I'm just having these proud mama moments. It's like when your kids like learn to ride their bike for the first time, or I guess when your toddler's potty training, when the puppy does it, I'm like, I could cry. I'm so happy I didn't have to take you out in the pouring rain. Anyway, we're going to do a puppy training class for 8 weeks. January, February, every Saturday we're going to take him for an hour and do like, teach him how to heel and sit and stay and down and all the things that are just going to make the puppy experience so much more pleasant. I just want it to be a happy experience for everyone, so I figure I put in the work the first couple of months and the payoff will be for years and years and years. So that's what my life is looking like lately. I'm looking down at my hands right now and they are like scratched up and nicked and my nails are super short because I've just been kind of brutalized by a puppy. He's so sweet, but he's just like, they have those little needle teeth and they just want to bite, and we're working through it. But anyway, puppy's name is Remington. We call him Remy. Kids are blissed out in heaven, and he's doing really well. He's adjusting so well. And when I realized saying like we've only had him 10 days and how far that experience has taken us, he's doing great, and he's going to be just a fantastic family dog for us. So that's what's been going on in my life in the past 4 weeks. It has been chaos, but in the best way. So now I have finished dipping. I let that roll in real time, you guys, so you can just see kind of the speed at which I work. I know a lot of times I'll speed up the second dip or like super fast through the clear dip just because it's really repetitive. But for once, I just wanted to let it roll in real time so you guys could kind of see I don't know, just how I take my time, and how if you really take your time, you can get a really nice clean application, and that really cuts down on your filing time. So I am activating this, and then I'm going to file and buff off camera, but you'll see as soon as I finish activating, I'm going to just pull my hand a little closer to the camera for you, and you can just see that if you take your time, really your dip base application, getting that down like smooth, getting close to your cuticles and getting that application nice and thin is really going to help in your just cutting down any of your filing time. So that's the game changer. Take your time, apply your dip base, whatever base you're using, just nice and thin and evenly. And then if you're somebody who's getting really frustrated with having to file off like lumps and bumps and the whole thing, that's really going to change the game for you. And then use a little cleanup tool around your cuticles to keep that nice and clean. And so then you're going to prevent a lot of lifting issues as well. So after I file and buff, we are going to get into our stamping, and I just love how this mani turned out, so I hope you guys enjoy that process as well. So I went ahead and filed and buffed. This is my Maniology stamping polish, my stamper, my scraping card, and my stamping plate. So that number right there is the number I will put in the description box below, but if you go to the website and search for it, that's how you'll find that stamping plate. But first, I am going to apply my sticky base coat. So let me talk to you about sticky base coat and why it is a game changer for stamping. So a sticky base coat is going to air dry. It's just like a nail polish, and it's going to go on clear. But once that is applied, it's going to leave like a tacky surface on your nail. So when you file your dip powder and everything, it's buffed really smooth and it's just not great for adherence. A sticky base coat is going to give you that like double-sided tape effect where it really holds on to the polish. So if you've ever tried stamping before and you were really frustrated because you tried to transfer the image from the stamper onto your nail, and it just didn't stick all the way or only stuck in certain parts or didn't stick at all, you will love sticky base coat. So the reason it doesn't transfer always from your stamper is if that nail polish dries at all or starts to dry on your stamper, it's not going to want to transfer to your nail. It has to be either really quick movement to get it from the stamping plate to the stamper to your nail to do it while the polish is totally wet for a full transfer, or you want a sticky base coat, because then even if that polish is completely dry, say you're reverse stamping, which reverse stamping is getting an image on your stamper and then kind of coloring it in with polish. So say it was like a little snowman and you wanted the outline to be black and then the inside to be white, you would get that black outline on your stamper and then you would just color it in with polish. Well, that will totally dry on your stamper, so you would need a sticky base coat to transfer it onto your nail. So when I apply my stamp, it's usually wet, but the sticky base coat, if there's dry parts, it's just going to make that transfer like flawless every time. So I will walk through the next time the next nail I do, I'll talk about how to apply your polish and all of that to your plate. But as you can see, the transfer to the stamper is really nice and clean. I was looking at that going, is my thumb too wide for this? But it's definitely not. It's just deceiving the way like your nails kind of curve, and I always think it's going to be too wide, but it's just not. These are obviously like made this size for a reason. Anyway, there's the first stamp on my nail. As you can see, it's all over my skin. We're going to deal with that cleanup later. It's just nail polish. Because it's just nail polish, it's not gel or anything. You don't need to worry about it being on your skin. It's all good. It's just a little messy in the process. And then that is my lint roller. So a lint roller is the perfect like clean up your stamper situation. And then I'm just using a cotton ball and acetone to clean off my stamping plate. And this adorable tool is from Maniology as well. It has like the pineapple on the top you push down and the bottom part comes out like a claw, kind of like that arcade game where the claw comes out and you try to pick up a stuffed animal or whatever, and it never really works because they're rigged to make you lose. But anyway, it just grabs the cotton ball and that keeps you from getting the acetone or anything onto your nails or fuzz from the cotton ball. So it's awesome. If you're shopping the website, definitely grab one because it's a super fun tool. So anyway, you're going to apply your stamping polish to the plate kind of at the top of the image. You're going to use the scraper card at about a 45-degree angle and just swipe down to get the excess polish off. And then I like to roll my stamper in the opposite direction that I scraped. So if you scrape it in the downward motion, then I like to roll the stamper bottom up. That is just the way I've gotten the cleanest transfers. It does work the other way or whatever, like it's not a must do, but I've just had great transfers doing it that way. Don't ask me why it works, it just does. But do whatever works for you. So there you go, like a thin layer towards the top, scrape down to get the excess off, and then roll that stamper over it, and then you're going to have your transfer. So again, with the sticky base coat on my nail, I get a really clean transfer every time, like all the way to the edges. And yeah, like I said, just trust me, sticky base coat is where it's at. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up those last couple of nails, and then we're going to get into a little bit of cleanup and then top coat. So thanks for hanging out with me, you guys, and listening to me go on and on. I still can't believe I have said all of this twice, but I'm sure I forgot something or said a bunch of extra ramblings that I didn't the first time. So I'll be right back. So now I've got all the mess around my fingers, and what I am using is a cleanup brush from Maniology. It's got a really fine angled tip, and I'm just putting a little bit of acetone on that brush and then going around the cuticle to clean that up. Now I'm doing this to show you guys a way to clean up. You can also go ahead and finish. I'm going to use a gel top coat, and once you gel top coat, you could totally just take nail polish remover or acetone or like soap and water and scrub at the sink to get that off of your fingers. It's up to you what you want to do or how you want to clean it up. I do like to, at minimum, just kind of clean up around the edge if I have a full image stamped on my nail like that, just so none of the polish kind of between the nail and the skin or anything affects my top coat application, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to clean that up a little bit, just to show you how kind of simple it is when you have like a good precise brush and some acetone. It comes right off, and then we are going to get into our top coat. So this dries pretty darn quickly because it's just polish, and then I am using my Triple D gel base and then my Triple D gel top to just seal all that in. So simple application of your gel base and top coat. If you are new here, thanks for being here. And this was a weird video for you to have to listen to so much talking, but hopefully you'll check out some of my other content. But if you're new here, the reason I do a gel base before gel top coat is because gel top coat does not like to adhere to a very smooth surface, and I buff and file the surface of my dip powder to be nice and smooth. So if you've had gel top coat peeling off of your dip powder, try putting your gel base down first, curing for 30 seconds, and then your gel top coat. It is a game changer. I never have my gel top coat peeling at all. So definitely give it a try, because that's what solved that problem for me. And then I also, when I use my gel top coat, I like to cap the free edge. It really just seals everything in. It helps keep from any lifting around the tip for me. And it just kind of, like I said, with peel base on my nails, sometimes those pop-offs can be really quick, but with the free edge kind of capped, I get like 5 to 7 days without my nails popping off if I want to keep them on. By about 7 days, I usually lose 1 or 2, and then I pop the rest of them off because I can't help myself. But anyway, so now I've cured the gel base, same application, just put your gel top on, cap your free edge, and then cure for 60 seconds, and then you are good to go. So I'm going to apply that super quick on fast speed and then wrap this up with you guys. Okay, so I went ahead and cured, and now I just have some acetone on that lint-free wipe to get any of the excess like blue residue from the polish from around my nails. Like I said, now that I am gel top coat cured, you can really just scrub all that off. But I loved the way that this turned out. The mani made me feel so happy and nostalgic, and I am doing, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm applying cuticle oil to hydrate the skin around my nails to keep them healthy and happy and hydrated. This time of year with like the cold weather, man, my hands are so dry, and I've been washing them so much with all the puppy stuff that like my skin is just so dried out. So I have been using cuticle oil like crazy, and the whipped cuticle oil from Candy Skincare as well to just hydrate, especially at bedtime. Oh, game changer. So this is the glow effect that I wanted out of these nails, and I could not love it more. Oh my gosh. And the glow from Illuminate is this strong. Like, this is a dimly lit room. Like, I turned off my light at my desk, but it's still lit. And look how bright that is. These puppies glow like flashlights. I love them so much, and I hope you guys do too. And I will be back sooner rather than later because I have a Christmas mani filmed to share with you guys soon. So thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to all my jabbering and my update. I hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.